Alrighty, it's been a few days since I've done a reading. I've just had a few things going on in my mind, but this is for you, my friend. Haven't forgotten about you. So we're just going to look at, you requested some kind of guidance or direction after our last reading. So what I'm going to look at straight away is your okay, so with the question in mind, we're just basically looking at your next steps and where you've been with this relationship, and now that it's come to an end, we're going to just consider a new direction and where you're headed now, and look for some kind of guidance from the universe, have some idea of the things to look out for, and things that you can consider as you're moving ahead. So I'm just trying to shuffle these guys, and I'll start with just a quick past, present, future to orient ourselves to this situation. In there. So the Seeker, the Page of Swords, and the Fool. Ooh, we could use any of these. We might start with the Seeker, just given that you're on this new journey. Okay, so right now, in the past, we've had this experience where you've been open to new ideas and new opportunities, and you've really sort of put your mind and your heart and your soul out there. You're looking for something greater. You were looking for something greater. You were looking for something inspiring and something that was really going to change your experience of reality. That's the kind of relationship that you were hoping for. That kind of really intense, life-changing, I guess once, you know, sort of soulmate, twin flame kind of relationship experience. And that's the kind of direction that you were hoping that this relationship was going to take you in. At the present, we're just looking at building up, persevering. You've sort of been through that experience. You've realised that you just have to persevere with your actions where you've been, and persist, and yeah, basically just keep going, really. That's where you're at right now. You have to just kind of keep trundling along. In the future, you're definitely again going to be looking for some kind of like feeling of worthiness, feeling of it's like a worthiness within yourself, feeling worthy of situations. I feel as though then this relationship may have made you feel a little bit unsteady within yourself, may have made you feel a little bit not insecure, but just kind of derailed you a little bit. You have been in the past on this sort of pathway seeking some kind of enlightenment or greatness, or doing a whole lot of meaning making, not being afraid to really put it out there and explore quite unusual perspectives, philosophies, belief systems, doing unusual things, talking to unusual people, going unusual places, really putting it out there. Right now, despite the situation, despite the relationship that you've been in, and how it may have like kind of destabilized your sense of you know, you've kind of gone through this progression of the beginning and the middle and the end of the relationship. Now what you really need to do is just persevere with it. You'll get some more stability around you. Just, you know, just build that up again. You will start to succeed. You'll find success in this. if you can persevere, and you'll start to succeed in feeling the worthiness within yourself again, because I do feel as though the relationship was quite destabilizing and really made you sort of doubt your own sense of judgment and your ability to judge what was going on for you. So now we'll have a look at have a look at your strengths, your weaknesses, and your opportunities that are coming your way as you progress out of this relationship and into the future. Like I said, it does seem as though you were, before you met the guy, you were on a trajectory, and he may have come into your world seeming to sort of fit the pathway that you were on, and no doubt you did benefit from the relationship. And if you can kind of look within, I'm sure that you'll find some things that you learn about yourself and about other people and the whole relating scenario. At the moment, just keep with it. Don't let this derail you. Don't let it feel as though now you're completely off track. It's okay. Your worthiness, your sense of worthiness is going to reappear. It's not, it's not the end of the world. Having finished this relationship, it's not the end of the world. The sense of your own ability to trust yourself and have faith in your judgment. Don't let this relationship have derailed that. So let's just find your strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities. Okay, so strengths. Let's go to creativity with this, because I do feel as though you are, I know you obviously, and you are a really creative person. So your strength is that you're a very creative person. You have the ability to take things that come to you and build on them in really creative, unique ways. And not everybody has that. So that is definitely a strength of yours. In terms of relationships, well, I know that you've been through a few full-on relationships in your life, and you just keep creating from them. You keep using these experiences to build on yourself, create yourself. Don't be afraid to just keep building on it. Weaknesses is that change in your mind. I guess what I'm really feeling within you is that you, when you're in a relationship, you kind of lose sight of your own frame of mind and your own truth system and belief system. You may sort of like start to take on board other people's, your partner's belief systems, and that's okay. Like, we all do that. I mean, it's part of this creative system where you do collaborate with someone. It is part of why you're in a relationship. It's so that you can work with the other person. They're your collaborator, they're your partner. But it can be a weakness as such to kind of lose your own beliefs, lose your own ideas, lose your own identity within that. So just be careful. That's that. And opportunities, this is what I want you to look out for. Just to keep advancing, keep building on it, keep being creative, keep looking to the earth, looking to Mother Nature, looking to her, looking to the beauty. We see the spirit, the little earth spirit in here in this tree. So opportunities are going to come for you again once you kind of start to really focus on rebuilding who you are, really start to just focus on grounding your own roots again, and really focus on spreading your branches for yourself. Yep. And so let's do a little cross, and we'll just have a kind of overall look at the picture. We're looking at directions, new ways to move ahead, things to look out for in your world as you're progressing. I want you to remember that your strength is that you're a very creative person. that you can persevere with this. Things to look out for are opportunities in the world around you, just in your day-to-day activities, opportunities for you in the material world. This might be some kind of new networking opportunity, like a job opportunity that comes up, a place for you to collaborate and use your creative instincts, and to overcome this sense that you're not worthy, that your own ideas and that your own thought processes and beliefs and thought patterns are somehow lacking or need the influence of somebody else. Just trust your own creative abilities. It's, you know, and as you progress, just look out for opportunities to what's the word? Look out for opportunities to exert your creative talents. It could have something to do with like a real earthy kind of experience, like whether it's like a gardening, like a community gardening situation, or what else could it be? Like could be like something to do with clay or earthy kind of scenarios. But yeah, just look out for these opportunities as you're moving ahead, because that's, if you take advantage of those opportunities when they come up, it'll give you clarity. It'll reconnect you with yourself, and it'll give you a sense of where you're headed and what to connect with. So actually, while you're doing those, while you're engaged in those tasks, it could be quite meditative for you and a chance for you to reconnect with your higher self, and to coming out of this relationship where everything's about compromise and, you know, giving yourself a little bit, and perhaps giving yourself a little bit too much, losing yourself a little bit too much. It can be an opportunity for you to reconnect with yourself. Here we go, we're done now. Queen of Swords. I'm actually going to go with Queen of Swords for this one, because I do feel as though it's important for you to remember that you are actually you are the nurturer of your own ideas. You are the breeder of your own identity. You are changeable, and that's okay. You are fluid and dynamic, and you have your own mind, basically, and that's what I really want you to focus on, and it's important. And here we go again. So I really do feel as though it's important for you right now to look into the community, look at making creative or artistic or sort of physical endeavors in the community, so that you can feel a sense of your own purpose and achievement, rather than looking to that in a relationship at the moment. Your relationship at the moment is to focus on yourself. Because everything has changed. The things that you've built up, the ideas and the this kind of what's the word? This like castle in the sky that you've built up around these ideas of relationships for you. It's just without solid foundations of who you are and solid belief in your own identity and your own ideas and your own ability to manifest your own wealth in every sense of the word, it's just going to crumble and fall. You know, as soon as there's the slightest little wavering, it'll crumble and fall. So persevere with it. Just persevere with your spirit and your sense of self. That should be what you're focusing on right now, is persevering on your own goals, your own endeavors, your own your own spirituality, your own I want you to really focus on connecting with your own higher self, really. Because you're at a crossroads right now, and you do have what you're bringing into this is this real drive for action and change. So if you can just harness this drive for action and change for yourself, rather than like thinking about it in terms of a duality, the other person, harness it for your own goals, harness it for your own good being, your own well-being. Yeah, because you need to focus on your inner truth, your inner balance, your inner relationships, your inner dynamics with yourself. And that's where you need to actually respect and honor your inner truth, your own mind, really, instead of giving it away. Yeah, this is definitely about creativity for you and creating new, it's definitely about creating this new relationship with yourself and with your higher self, particularly. Just really tapping into that and learning ways, rituals, or actually rituals might be a good thing for you to be doing. Rituals in nature to help you connect with your higher self. Lovely. To connect with your higher self. It's very important for you right now, coming out of this relationship, to not even consider the next relationship until you've worked on the relationship with who you are. Because you do tend to give a lot of yourself away in all of your relationships. So it's really important for you right now, as you're progressing forward, to just focus on yourself. Be selfish. Just really find out what it is that you like, what it is that you know, what it is that you think, what it is that you want to do, what makes you happy, what makes you tick, what makes you inspired. These are the things, like even if you, in your rituals, you keep some kind of written or just document of keywords, things that just come to you that inspire you to get in touch with yourself again, because you've really come to a conclusion with some kind of, you've really kind of like thought this out in so many different ways, thought out this this relationship sort of scenario in so many different ways that you've just overthought it. So the timing for this change is, you've really come to an end. You have come to this end, and it's all worked according to the correct timing. So now is the perfect time for you to just step into yourself, step forward freely, knowing that you haven't done anything wrong, that you actually are worthy in this, and that you have a very fully developed sense of who you are, if you can just kind of tap back into that, because you kind of lost that along the way. The goal here for you as you're progressing forward is to feel worthy again, is to recognize that you are worthy, is to recognize that you are full of goodness, that you are full of important things, that you have something to contribute to the community around you, that you have sort of put in the hard yards, that you've done a lot for other people, and now it's actually time for you to remember who you are and just call that back in again. And ultimately, if you can follow this path, if you can reconnect with yourself, you are going to reconnect with who you really are, as a woman, as a human being, as an embodied spirit. You're going to reconnect and really achieve this beautiful balance between mind and body, between spirit and emotions. You're going to come out, if you can just engage in these endeavors that are like self-focused rather than other-focused. You're going to come out of this a wiser, nobler, more balanced creature, with ultimately more to give, because by investing this time in yourself and just taking this time out to just be rather than be with, it's going to be really, really profitable for you in terms of your self-evolvement. So yeah, I think that's really what you need to be focusing on right now. And we'll just do a little majors spread. Just having a little look at these kind of big, really archetypal kind of things that are going on for you right now. It's going to contribute to you as you move ahead in your ritual practice and your reconnection with all parts of yourself, and your reconnection with your higher self and Mother Earth, as above, so below. You're going to really achieve this balance as you move ahead. You're not going to worry about what other people can bring to you. You're not going to think that you are lacking without another person. You're actually going to move forwards and step into this more holistic, more complete, more realized version of who you are, drawing on your strengths of creativity and connectedness. So let's go. You're thinking about guiding, you're thinking about being a guide for other people, and that is a very noble thing. And before you can guide other people, you need to be as whole and complete within yourself as you can be. So you need to honor those parts of yourself that you've denied in order to maintain relationships. And draw on your intuition. You do feel intuitive. You do feel connected to the mother. You do feel connected to the universe. You do feel connected to your spirit, your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, your higher being, everything around us, ancestors, spirits, earth, water, fire, air. You feel connected to it all, and you can actually draw on this to guide other people. And the sooner that you do this in this progression out of this this relationship state, the sooner you'll be able to give the kind of guidance that you want to give. And yeah, you are in this cycle. It is a cycle, so don't forget that it's a cycle. But the spirits and the guides and the ancestors are reminding you that they've got your back. So as you go up and come down, they're with you at the bottom of the wheel, and they're helping you drag the wheel back up again to create a new cycle. So they're always with you there, and it's just natural. So don't beat yourself up about this relationship ending. Don't beat yourself up and second guess yourself and think, if I just did this differently, or if I just did that differently, things would be different and there'd be a greater outcome and we'd still be together. It's a cycle, and this guy came into your life as part of the cycle for you personally to evolve. He evolved in his own way. You've evolved in your way, and you have an opportunity now to evolve to an even greater version of yourself. And don't forget that you need to create this harmony and these really strong foundations in order to build a strong reality for yourself. We do live in a world where we are embodied creatures, we're embodied souls, we're embodied spirits, and there's no avoiding creating these realities for ourselves. But it's important for you to remember that if you're going to step ahead, what you can take from the relationship that you've had in order to make it a meaningful, purposeful, useful, contributing experience, remember that before you build again, to set foundations within yourself first. You don't need to look outside yourself to create these foundations. You should be the footing stone of everything upon which you build in the future. And so we'll leave it there. Namaste, amor fati. Next time.